Welcome to Our Mountains. I'm Rhonda Brashear.
I'm Dean Osborne.
And I'm Joel Brashear. And in a few minutes, we're going to have an interview that I'm really excited about. The Executive Director of CEDIK is going to join us, and she's going to be talking about some of the great things happening in a post-coal economy here in East Kentucky. And that got me thinking, what do you guys think are some great things happening in our region right now? Dean?
Well, Joel, one of the things I'm most excited about in the region is involving our Leslie County campus of Hazard Community and Technical College, where our School of Bluegrass is located, and it is the first ever inclusion of a Teleworks USA hub for all of KCTCS statewide, and it's coming right to Hyden, Kentucky at our Leslie County campus. It's going to provide a lot of great training and jobs. We're excited about that.
That is a great program. You know, I have a little bit of connection to that too. The bank that I work at is my day job. We were able to donate $10,000 to that project. So we're super excited about Teleworks coming into the region. What about you, Mom?
Well, I'm very excited to see the Veterans Cemetery construction phase. This started about 20 years ago, the planning and getting all of the funds available, and it's just recently gone into construction, and it should be open sometime next year. And we're just really excited to see what a wonderful place this is going to be for the veterans. It's a great addition for our community.
And tying in with that, we're going to do a story on a local chapter of the DAV, and that's coming up in just a few weeks.
Well, for some of the folks that might not know, they see that on the side of a van or advertisement a lot. DAV stands for Disabled American Veterans, and folks, the Disabled American Veterans cannot get enough thanks or praise for us for what they've done for our country. Very happy to feature a story about them on the program.
Well, another person who's doing a lot of great work here in East Kentucky is a lady named Kiersten White. She works for Frontier Nursing University. She helps with their courier program, but she's also an amazingly talented singer. And she's going to join us right now with one of my all-time favorite songs with an accompanist you may recognize.
I saw my reflection in the snow-covered hills. Well, the landslide brought me down. Oh, mirror in the sky, what is love? Can the child within my heart rise above? Can I sail through the aging ocean? Seasons of my life. Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I built my life around you, but time makes you older, children get older, I'm getting older too. Well, I've been
Thank you, Kiersten, for being on the program today. We really enjoyed it, and you'll hear more from her in later dates. Now, after the break, Joel is going to be with the Executive Director of SETEC. We'll hear more about what's going on in our region. Now, don't go away. We'll be right back.
Frontier Nursing University is committed to better care for women and families. Our nurse midwife and nurse practitioner programs rank among the top in the nation, and our graduates are passionate leaders who serve rural and underserved communities around the world. Frontier.edu.
Folks, welcome back to Our Mountains. Now, there's a lot of great things happening in our region right now, and one of them is the SETEC program. And right now, we have the director of SETEC joining us, Dr. Alison Davis. Alison, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thanks for having me, Joel.
Now, for the viewers at home, what is SETEC?
Well, SETEC stands for the Community and Economic Development Initiative of Kentucky. We are housed inside the College of Ag at University of Kentucky, and we are an integrated engagement and research center where most of our folks are spread all over the state with a lot of emphasis in Eastern Kentucky. And our mission is to empower communities and have thriving economies.
So what are the things that you're doing here in East Kentucky?
We've got a lot of great things going on. Right now, we're working, our biggest project is our downtown revitalization program in the Promise Zone. So we're working with approximately 12 downtown communities, including Hyden, to try to figure out a comprehensive approach to making our downtowns more livable, more viable, more exciting, and of course, have more economic activity. So that's one great program. It includes lots of different pieces associated with it. One of our standalone pieces is called our First Impressions program. And this is a really fun, easy program. It's a secret shopper program for our community. So we send in some volunteers depending on what the community is looking for. So if you're looking for retirees, looking to attract retirees, or you're looking to attract young professionals, we send in those folks. No one knows that they're coming in, and they shop the community. Anything from their first impression when they go off the interstate, to going to a restaurant, to staying at some type of hotel or motel, and they spend the day shopping. And they come back and they give their first impressions, they take pictures, they have some great quotes, but it allows the community to better understand an outside perspective of what people see when they come into their community.
What have you seen with those so far?
Oh, it's been so much fun. We see that the community really rallies around this. And so we provide maybe a series of 5 to 10 recommendations based on what these folks have said. And the community, after, we'll do sort of a town hall forum. And then the folks who participate, in some instances we've had up to 150 people show up. So we just try to find some easy wins so that people feel that this process is worthwhile and that they're willing to devote a little bit more energy to sort of the longer term strategies.
I know you guys do a lot of programs with students too.
Yes. So we have a program, it's called YELP. It's our Youth Engagement and Leadership Program. So we've done this in a fair amount of communities in the eastern part of the state. And the idea is that these youth have, they are our future. And we really want them to be a part of the decision-making process. We want them to understand what opportunities their communities hold for them. So if they do choose to go off to school somewhere, that they know that they can come home and have something, have a job that provides them a living wage. But we want them to be the future leaders of these communities. And they've, through this process, we send them to Frankfurt where they talk with their legislators. We send them to arts experiences. We have them do sort of a downtown assessment so that they can say, here's what we want when we're a little bit older. So they basically just have a voice, and it's something that a lot of them haven't had before. And they didn't know how to express their voice, and now we feel like we give them the tools to do that.
Well, another project that I know you guys are really motivated in is business retention. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Sure. So some of the large cities have economic development professionals that are specifically dedicated to working with those existing businesses and making sure they have the resources that they need to survive and to continue to grow. Rural communities don't necessarily have those same resources, and so we provide a program. It's called a Business Retention and Expansion Program, and it is basically interviewing the local businesses and trying to ensure that they have the resources that they need, that they aren't faced with any obstacles that would limit their success, that would force them to shut down their doors. In some instances, we can quickly find red flags. So there may be some businesses that are right on the brink of closing. And so by quickly identifying those, we can link those businesses with elected officials, with the chamber, to try to figure out what we can do to ensure that they keep their doors open. It is a volunteer-led program, and so we train our volunteers mostly from the chamber to go in and talk to our businesses. And really, it makes the businesses feel like they're appreciated, that they're valued, and that they're part of the local economy.
And Alison, I know another big part of what you guys do is related to the arts. We're a big supporter of the arts here on our mountains. So what is it you guys do?
Well, we are the only university in the country that houses a fine arts extension program. Eastern Kentucky has 3 arts agents. One is in Pikeville, one is in Greenup County, and one is in Whitley County. And so we were able to attract one of the best arts agents from Whitley County to serve as our statewide creative placemaking extension specialist. And her job is to really help communities figure out how they can infuse arts in community projects, and how, with the potential loss in funding in arts in the schools and for communities, how we can ensure that this really important part of learning and expression continues to remain in our community. So she will do, and she and others will do things related to theater, to visual arts. They'll do classes, they'll do performances, they'll do music for folks of all ages. So from kids to seniors, to just try to make sure that doesn't leave our system, because it's so important for learning and for keeping our mind moving.
I love that. And you were telling me earlier there's another program that you guys are working on. Not the community development, but it's
Community design.
Community design. Tell me about that.
So this is a really important piece of all the work that we do, and that's creating communities that are walkable, that are healthy, that are beautiful, that integrate the important institutions in our communities with public spaces, with our downtowns where people work, where people play. And so we are fortunate to have 2 folks who are dedicated to engagement around community design. They're both landscape architects, and their job is to create these downtowns, these public spaces that we think about, how can we be social, how can we be safe, how can we have vibrant economies. And so it's whether it's figuring out how folks walk up and down the downtown safely without cars going flying through, which creates unsafe spaces. Whether it's about how you integrate your downtown with a public park right across the street. So very thoughtful about how you create your space.
So what do you see as SETEC's future plans? Where's SETEC going?
Well, we continue to grow. We love to work in Eastern Kentucky. We are a statewide program, so we really go wherever we're asked to go. We really enjoy, we love working in these downtowns. This has been an exciting new initiative. It was something that actually spearheaded from the Promise Zone strategic plan, and we've got some wonderful partners with the Foundation of Appalachia, Kentucky, and the Kentucky Heritage Council who can really make this work. And so we want to do our job really, really well in the first year around this downtown revitalization program, so that we might take it to communities outside the Promise Zone.
So if folks at home are interested in the work that you guys are doing, or maybe want to get involved, how can they get some more information?
Well, we have a really great Facebook page, and so you'd have to go to CEDIK, CEDIK. We also have a website that's cedic.ca.uky.edu. If you Google CEDIK, there are not many others of those around, so we usually show up as the first result, but we'd love to chat with anybody.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being on the show today. And folks, there's more from Our Mountains coming up right after this.
Our Mountains is sponsored by Frontier Nursing University, educating nurse midwives and nurse practitioners through distance education. The Kentucky Bankers Association, your association, our Commonwealth. The Foundation for Appalachian Kentucky, a community foundation helping donors make meaningful investments in Eastern Kentucky. Learn more at AppalachianKentucky.org. Hazard Community and Technical College. Find them online at hazard.kctcs.edu. And a gift from Mr. and Mrs. Sunshine.
Welcome back, folks. The Voices of Appalachia Choir have been guests several times, and we've got them this week in a little bit different configuration. Their trio, along with the fiddle player, is going to do a song for us called Long Time Traveler. Give it a listen.
Ye fleeting charms of earth, farewell, your springs of joy are dry. My soul now seeks another home, a brighter world on high. I'm a long time traveling here below. I'm a long time traveling away from home. I'm a long time traveling here below to lay this body down. Farewell, kind friend, whose tender care has long engaged my love. Your fond embrace I now exchange for better friends above. I'm a long time traveling here below. I'm a long time traveling away from home. I'm a long time traveling here below to lay this body down. I'm a long time traveling here below. I'm a long time traveling away from home. I'm a long time traveling here below to lay this body down. I lay this body down.
What a great song from the Voices of Appalachia Choir Trio. When we come back from break, we'll be in Rhonda's Country Kitchen, and she'll be doing a 2-for-1 special on our program. Don't go away.
One voice, unifying banking in Kentucky, our Commonwealth. We are the Kentucky Bankers Association. We are the KBA. The KBA is a nonprofit trade organization that has been providing legislative, compliance, education, and vendor solutions to its member institutions since 1891. The KBA's directors and staff work together with its members to make the financial services industry in Kentucky a more effective and successful place to work. The mission of the KBA is to provide effective advocacy for banks in Kentucky and on a national level. We strive to serve as a reliable and responsive source of information and education about areas of interest to the Kentucky banker. The strength of the Kentucky Bankers Association is bankers unifying as an industry to speak as one voice. With one voice, we are a Commonwealth.
Folks, welcome back to Our Mountains. Now, for those of you who never got to visit Mom's restaurant, all I can say is I'm sorry, because you really missed out. And for those of us who are frequent guests, I know you miss it as much as I do. Well, lucky for us, today Mom has not one, but 2 classic Kudzu Corner recipes that I know you're going to love. Mom?
As some of you know, I used to own a restaurant in my hometown called Kudzu Corner Cafe. There hardly is a week that goes by that someone doesn't say, "Why don't you start the restaurant again?" Well, instead of doing that, I'm going to show you how you can do some kudzu sandwiches in your own home. The first one we're going to do today is called Ham Delicious.
Now this was a real crowd pleaser, and we sold a lot of them in the restaurant, and it's pretty easy too. So to start, I'm going to light my fire, and you want it on about medium-high heat. Put just a little bit of butter in it, and we're going to grill some pineapple. So to this butter, I'm going to add a couple of slices of pineapple for each sandwich. So I'm just going to do one right now. This is a really good sandwich. Men particularly love this sandwich. I don't know why. I guess it's just that ham in there. But you want to leave your pineapple on there just for a few minutes to heat it up and get it just a little bit browned. Takes 3 or 4 minutes. Okay, the pineapple's starting to sizzle just a little bit. Smells so good. Now in the same pan, I'm going to put just a few slices of ham. You can use thin sliced. I kind of like to use the thick sliced. Hear that sizzle? So as your pineapple is heating, your ham is going to heat. We were fortunate in Kudzu Corner Cafe to have a really good cook named Daniela. She's from Switzerland, and she had a lot of good ideas about good food. So this was her idea. When we started the restaurant, we thought we need about 5 different sandwiches for people, and she created them. We had our taste testing, and we picked the ones that we loved the most. So this was one, and she said, it's such a delicious ham sandwich. So we did a play on the words and called it Ham Delicious. All right, this is just about ready. The pineapple is starting just a little bit to brown. Smells so good. Smells like a baked ham with pineapple on it. Now, just before I put this sandwich together, I'm going to put a slice of provolone cheese on top of the ham just to get it melted. Now, you can use any kind of cheese you like. You could use Swiss or American cheese, but I kind of think the provolone is a really good creamy cheese for this. Okay, it's starting to melt. I'm going to take a couple of slices of bread. You can also, if you want to toast these, you could do that, but I like them soft. Going to add just a little bit of mayo. Another thing, if you want to add some fresh greens to this, some salad greens or even baby spinach, I think that's what we put on it at the restaurant. But today I'm just doing the meat and cheese and pineapple. So we're going to put the pineapple. And the cheese and ham. Oh, it looks so good. Very good. Doesn't that look like a great sandwich? Now, we're going to go to break, and when we come back, we're going to do another of my sandwiches. Be right back.
I'm Nina Harris, and I'm assistant professor at Frontier Nursing University, and I'm also a nurse midwife and a nurse practitioner.
At Frontier Nursing University, it's more than an education, it's a calling. Answer the call.
Earlier, I showed you how to make a ham delicious sandwich. Now I'm going to show you how to make a cold sandwich that's equally as good, and we called this one Rhonda's Special Tea. Daniela also came up with this recipe. We start with whole berry cranberry sauce, and I'm going to use about half a can. And I'm going to mix some prepared horseradish, and you can make this as hot or as strong as you like, and I do like it very strong, but today I'll only put in about a tablespoon. And you just simply mix this up. Tell you what, I'm going to add just a little bit more horseradish. And the rest of this is just putting the sandwich together. I'm starting with some whole wheat bread, but you of course can use white or any other kind of bread. And this is our sauce. And you can put as much or as little as you like. I do love to add about, a good tablespoon on one slice of bread. Now, you're going to add some sliced turkey, a slice of cheese, and I'm using provolone because that's what I have here in my fridge. And to give it a little bit of crisp and crunch, apples, thinly sliced apples. My favorite to use of the apples is Granny Smith, but today I think we're using some kind of a Red Delicious. But that's it. You just put it together. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to be daring, add a little bit to the other side. You could add lettuce or spinach if you want, but I like it just like this. There we go. Serve it up with some chips and a pickle, and you'd swear you were at Kudzu Corner Cafe all over again.
Dean, you used to eat at Kudzu Corner, didn't you?
So much so that a booth is named after me. There, and you can tell I wear it very well. I enjoyed eating there. It was close to the college, and we had a great time going there with students and instructors.
So your favorite food was?
Pretty partial to the Reuben sandwich. Great banjo instrumental, and a good sandwich there at your place.
Thank you.
I always liked the salads as well, as did Bobby Osborne. I think his favorite was the chef salad.
Oh, yes. Joel, your favorite?
I love the special dinners that we used to have, the chicken cordon bleu. I mean, I would eat that by the pound. I love the Reuben too, but my favorite sandwich was probably the Rhonda specialty that we did today. I love that sandwich.
It's a good sandwich.
It's great.
You need to try it out there. Your family will love it. So what's coming up in future programs?
We're working on a lot of great stories. We're talking with Hazard Community and Technical College, Berea College, and Alice Lloyd College, all about doing stories. So we'll have all those coming up for you. A lot of education.
Education theme coming on here.
All right.
Tons of great music still to share with you. And of course, great food.
Lots of food. Lots of food. Well, we hope you enjoyed this week's program. See you next week. Bye-bye.